It's interesting is when I get in front of certain people, I want to share my most intimate, closest of feelings and thoughts. I never really want to share anything written. I'm sitting back thinking, what do I want to say? What do I need to say? But I feel what's needed to be said has been said already by everyone else. Seriously, everyone has been like on a similar chord of change, and not just any kind of change, but the change that's proper, and the feeling of that. So I'll just share with you. I have visions and dreams that seem to be crazy to anyone that would listen. But when I'm alone, by myself or maybe by someone else that doesn't mind, I let those thoughts glisten, shine. When the night wants to shine harder, I look on the news and I see Egypt, and see more than just Egypt, but I see us. I see unity, a possibility of something that we haven't seen in our lifetime. But yet it's funny because on the timeline of Facebook, I see no one really speak of it. And a lot of times that reflects the person's thoughts. I'm eating. Just jumped out the car. Feel like a star today. Yeah. Anything except for things that may influence a change in another person. But not everyone, but just on the surface of things. It seems as if the surface is still a mask for most of us. Still afraid to be ourselves. But what happens when disaster strikes? I mean, think of it, like over 1 million sardines died. What, yesterday? Literally. But when that happens on our side, what will we do? Will we enhance our minds chemically? The way we look at other people and laugh and think that it will never happen to us? Think, our TV show prescription all the time, trying to prescript us to write our script according to what the chemicals that they sent to us to imbalance our minds would say. I choose not to stay in the gray. Even though I have to take 3,200 milligrams of gabapentin, which is anti-seizure, anti-nerve pain a day. I didn't think that would happen to me. Going to the service to help my sister and my mother earn some kind of living instead of being homeless, which is something in my heart I would feel be forbidden because I lived that life already. I end up being in a steady course of fighting pain and death, grasping to each and every breath because it may be my last. And I look at what other people grasp on more to instead of life. Facebook, Blackberries. It's kind of scary. Because when it stops, who will we look at? When it stops, who will we look at? When it stops, who will we look at? Or will we be afraid to speak, shake another man's hand, stand for anything? Because we've been falling for all for such a long, long time. And for a while it was forced upon our peoples, but now it's by choice. We have opportunity to speak, but we act as if we have no voice. We have more choice than we probably did in a long time. But what do we choose? Who do we stay close to? A lot of times it's people that don't do what's good. We just wish that they would and continue to give energy into something that doesn't produce synergy. Just less and not plenty me. Instead of embracing the people that help us grow. Raise the consciousness, the frequencies. See, please. I'm not saying it's just to speak poetry. Because poetry is deep. But what about us? When we leave here, what happens? When we leave here, what happens? When we leave here, what happens? Do you want to see what it is? It's a microphone. This is, I forget what you want to call this.
What?
Spit catcher. That's what you want to call it. It's a spit catcher.
Cash.
Yeah.
I play